Whether he'll successfully do this or not remains to be seen. But yeah, JT's only plan here will most likely be to try and get any one-hit KO he has. So John Gabriel Lu, Coco Taco is going to have to play around this. He does have the Howlucha with entrainment, but a more interesting tech he does have is... Oh, okay, yeah. I guess JT did not... Well, it's been forever since we fought against Golden Go, but Good as Gold does block Quash. And we see exactly why Basculegion is so powerful. Even through the Pasho Berry and through Solid Rock, Basculegion just makes short work of Rhyperior. And yeah, no Quash happened on the Golden Go. And what a devastating turn 1 for JT. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. That was just... If there was only one-hit KOs happening here, it was from the Basculegion towards that Rhyperior. A one-hit KO did in fact happen, just not exactly the way we thought it was going to happen. But yeah, I don't think JT is too happy with that one. He'll be sending in Sinistra in place of the Rhyperior. It will heal up a bit of the Sableye's HP, but then Basculegion still has a Choice Scarf. And this Choice Scarf is... We know what Basculegion with Choice Scarf adaptability can do. We saw it use a one-hit KO directly on that Rhyperior earlier. First time we're seeing Golden Go again. It's only natural we kind of forget what Good as Gold does, especially if we haven't faced it in forever. However, John Gabriel Lu will be sending his Basculegion back. Actually, he's pulling both of his Pokemon back and sending in the Garchomp and Charizard duo. Quash will once again happen from the Sableye into the former Basculegion slot, but Matcha Gotcha will come out from the Sinistra, not doing any damage into this Garchomp, not doing any damage into the Charizard rather, and doing a respectable 25% on the Garchomp. So the real question is, will this Charizard also be able to one-hit KO this Sinistra? It appears that one-hit KOs may be the very theme of this battle. And just like clockwork, this Mega Charizard Y will be emerging from this Charizard through its Mega Stone. But will it go for a Heat Wave or a Weather Ball directly into that Sinistra? Swagger coming from the Sableye here, not really gonna do too much to the Charizard. I mean, it raised the attack twice, not that it could use it, but if it manages to hurt itself in confusion, it will do a measly 20%. And Poison Jab, no longer allowing the Sinistra to get one-hit KO'd, but it will be poisoned for its trouble. 30% poison chance is gonna hurt. 10% chip damage from the Life Orb though, and Sinistra successfully getting off a second Matcha Gotcha, healing off a little damage. But this Charizard's still gonna do something, right? Okay, it's at 99%. Never mind, Poison was there, 87% HP. This Charizard now in a position to just go for a Heat Wave. Maybe it wants to go for a Weather Ball. Either way, it's gonna do some very, very big damage. This Sinistra again is leftovers, so it can attempt for a Trick Room. John Lu will be pulling out his Garchomp here and he'll be sending that Basculegion in. But JT sees the opportunity to just swap out his Sinistra as well and send in his Howlucha, taking in a very huge amount of damage. Sinistra forced out into the field once more. Really doesn't want to be looking at this Charizard though. Sinistra no longer able to, well, threaten either of these Pokemon. Well, it can threaten the Basculegion, but Basculegion is once again with a Choice Scarf. It's free to use. Well, even in the sun, Wave Crash is still going to do a very respectable amount of damage to anything it hits. JT will be Mega Evolving his Howlucha here. And I'm not exactly sure what it can do. It goes for the last respects, unboosted, barely boosted into the Sinistcha, but still doing so much damage. Stone Edge hitting that Charizard for all it's worth. Knocks it out completely though. A critical hit even. Charizard goes down, but then the power of last respect successfully goes up. Gotcha will be hitting this Basculegion and knocking it out successfully. Don't count JT just out just yet. He's managed to bring this back ever so slightly by knocking out that Charizard and going for the Gotcha. JT is known to be more of a singles player, but he has transitioned incredibly well into the doubles metagame. So, he has successfully brought them down, but this Golden Go and this Charizard are still a threat. The real question now is, will this Sinistcha be able to survive anything this Golden Go does? I mean, it can just Shadow Ball straight into the Golden Go, and Howlucha has Stone Edge and High Jump Kick as its moves. Goldengo is going to resist that Stone Edge completely. Of course, Goldengo here, feeling unthreatened, can go for a nasty plot and immediately make it rain the turn after. And this Garchomp is very free to just attack whatever it wants. However, the Howlucha will be going first still. It can still knock out the Garchomp, perhaps, but there is no same type attack bonus on that Stone Edge, and he will not be missing the High Jump Kick though. And he will be using the High Jump Kick, but Rough Skin will chip a little from the Howlucha, perhaps bringing it down into Make It Rain range. But there will be no Make It Rains coming out here. It will be a Shadow Ball directly into that Sinistcha, taking it out of the game. Now the only things left on the field is this Mega Howlucha, which can't afford to kick this Golden Go, which is a ghost, and it only has Stone Edge. It also cannot use Entrainment directly on the Golden Go because of its ability, so... Ooh, this is quite the predicament. Again, I was about to say that there's going to be... It's probably going to have to miss, but yeah, JT sacrifices his Howlucha here by using High Jump Kick. Kicks into a ghost, goes straight through it and crashes down. JT loses game 1, netting John Gabriel Lu, Coco Taco game 1. So yeah, JT not successfully going for the one-hit KOs there, but he did certainly get one-hit KO'd in return. It's very interesting because the last time in the stream matches we did see JT play, he did successfully get a sheer cold in without the roleplay or entrainment buff. But if anyone can pilot this team, I believe only Admiral Captain Boss General JT will be able to do something crazy enough to bring this team to victory. But again, he's here to have a good time, I believe. Perhaps farming some content. I don't know. It's funny. Any one-hit KO is content. But yeah, we'll be going straight into game 2, and it is going to be fun. Regardless of what happens. Okay, so JT will now be leading with a Mr. Rhyme and Raichu lead here. Very fun lead, if I may say so myself. Garchomp feeling completely unthreatened by this Raichu. At the same time, this Raichu does only have Focus Blast and Zap Cannon as its attacks. It is in fact a Raichu, Mega Raichu Y. It does have Fake Out, but then I don't think it's really in a good position to Fake Out right now. Interestingly, it does not have Protect. What it instead has is Endure. Now, the real funny move will be if JT successfully pulls this off. Okay, so John Lu will be bringing his Charizard in place of that Basculegion, and Raichu will be Mega Evolving. If I had to guess, this Raichu is probably going to go for an Endure, while this Garchomp has gone for a... Oh no, he fakes out into the Garchomp, not really caring about the extra damage. role play will probably come from this. No, Mr. Rhyme goes immediately for Trick Room here. Garchomp probably wanted the Earthquake, but the Trick Room is officially up. JT now has a slight advantage here. Mr. Rhyme is slow, but in the Trick Room, Raichu will now be the slowest thing on the field. Garchomp will be faster than this Raichu and so will this Charizard, but Mr. Rhyme is here to have some fun. And I'm not exactly sure what Mr. Rhyme is going to be able to do, considering that this Charizard is on the field. It can very much just go for a Heat Wave here, and that might be enough to knock out this Mr. Rhyme. Yeah, so it will be Mega Evolving here. And in comes the Sun. And it will be using Protect. Oh no, this is exactly the setup JT needed. Roleplay finally successfully being copied. Mr. Rhyme now has no guard as its ability. Okay, so something's gonna go down here to Sheer Cold. And I believe this Charizard has just gone for a Protect. So this Mr. Rhyme is now in a very, very fun position to just... Yeah, it's in a very fun position to just go for a Sheer Cold. Anything that comes in on that slot will have to eat this Sheer Cold. And he doesn't even go for the Charizard. He goes straight for the Golden Go, predicting a switch. Okay. Trick Room is in fact still up, but there we go. That is the first Sheer Cold we are seeing in this game. Mr. Rhyme tap dancing his way to victory, I think. And here we go. We do see the Charizard. But again, this Charizard is gonna have to fight an uphill battle. If it manages to successfully get the Heat Wave and take out Mr. Rhyme, it will still have to deal with this Raichu. Mr. Rhyme though, okay, Charizard will just be going for Protect, and considering Mr. Rhyme Raichu cannot exactly hurt the Garchomp, it's not too big of an issue, or not, you don't have to think about it too much. Mr. Rhyme goes for the very safe hit into the Garchomp, which does not have Protect. Zap Cannon once again goes into the Charizard. This is the second Sheer Cold that has dropped a Pokemon. Now, Basque Legion does have... I'm a little tongue-tied. It does not have Protect either. So, the only thing with Protect on the field right now is this Charizard. Mr. Rhyme can just go and knock this Basque Legion out. It does not have Aqua Jet, but instead, Sheer Cold will be going into the Charizard, taking it out. The Choice Scarf on the Basque Legion being its undoing. It will be the last thing moving this turn, as it is the last turn of Trick Room. Zap Cannon will be hitting into that Basque Legion and taking it out. And there we have it, folks. 4 one-hit KOs in one game. 4 one-hit KOs in one game. Enzo, again, if you just saw what happened, but this game is going to be a VOD, so it will be uploaded after Midweek Smoke. That, you both love and hate to see it. That was game 2. They will be going to a game 3 now. Man. Jeez, that was... I don't have the words for that. Again, Enzo, if you are watching the stream, you would have been so proud. Well, I can see that Coco Taco is probably recovering from that. I'd have to take a step back too after getting 4 of my Pokemon one-hit KO'd in a row. Is there an issue with this? Coco Taco still appears to be battling. Is this bugged? Okay, I'll re-enter the room. Hopefully we'll still be able to see the rest of the match. Yeah, that appears to have been a bug. Wow, that was unfortunate. So we won't be able to see the first 2 or 3 turns of this game. But what kind of havoc have we walked into? Okay, wow, that was not what I expected. Oh, an unfortunate connection issue. Sorry, it was very difficult to cast that last game. Okay, so Garchomp was probably swaggered here. But yeah, Sinistra and Rhyperior on JT's side of the field. I think he's got the content he wanted. Goldengo will be using Make It Rain to knock out. We'll be seeing this double KO. We came in just in time for just to see Coco Taco win. So John Gabriel Liu will be taking the game here. Yeah, so that was unfortunate we weren't able to see game 3. I'll still be uploading this as a VOD just because of how insane that game 2 was. But yeah, that was... Yeah.